Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. On this channel we post writing tips, unboxings, book hauls, book reviews and the occasional vlog. And today I have another book review for you and we are reviewing Klara and the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguru. This was one of my must reads for 2025 as a book that's been on my shelf for far too long, and I believe it is a first edition. Yes it is. I have had this for far too long and I know it's one that a lot of people have raved about. Before I get into my review, I'll read you guys the blurb first. I have to find the blurb. The sun always has ways to reach us. From her place in the store, Klara, an artificial friend with outstanding observational qualities, watches carefully the behaviour of those who come in to browse and of those who pass in the street outside. She remains hopeful a customer will soon choose her, but when the possibility emerges that her circumstances may change forever, Klara is warned not to invest too much in the promises of humans. In Klara and the Sun, Kazuo Ishiguru looks at our rapidly changing world through the eyes of an unforgettable narrator to explore a fundamental question. What does it mean to love? And this does have a lot of reviews. It is the winner of the Nobel Prize in Literature. The Sunday Times says a masterpiece of great beauty, meticulous control, and as ever, clear, simple prose. The Observer says another masterwork, a work that makes us feel afresh the beauty and fragility of our humanity. Anne Enright, The Guardian, says people will absolutely love this book, in part because it enacts the way we learn how to love. And finally, The Times, a novel for fans of Never Let Me Go, tender, touching and true. And the design is quite cute. It's bright orange and with a gold foiled on the side. So it's pretty catching on your bookshelves, I will say, and also quite modern in the simplicity of the main bit with the blue and the sun creeping into the corner there. I might be hated on the internet for my review of this one. Before I get into my review, don't forget, if you like what you see, to subscribe to this channel. Your continued support means a lot, so thank you guys so much. I didn't really take any quotes from this because, as one of the reviews says on the back of its clear and simple prose, it really is. And I didn't feel like I could quote anything without fully giving the story away, but in honesty, to discuss it, I might end up having to do a spoiler alert. But anyway, this was a really tough one for me to review, and this is going to be a short review for something that was so tough for me. It's written really well and has such an interesting premise. We are following our protagonist, who is a robot friend, and I've never read a book from the point of view of a robot friend, and they are learning about human behaviors because they're a robot. They don't inherently have these social guidances, basically. But I hated everyone in this book apart from Rick. Like, hated. They were all just terrible people, I felt, personally. Which doesn't help you read a book. It is very slow-paced and people-watching. And if you're going to have a very slow-paced, people-watching book, I kind of feel like you need to make the characters a little bit likable. Like, they don't have to all be likable, but you have to at least understand some. And I mean, I understood Rick, but it's not from Rick's point of view. The ending fell flat for me for something that was so dramatic building up to it. Like, I was like, no way. And yet it was flat. And it left a lot unanswered. Now, I don't know. Is this part of a series? Is there another one? I know Kazuo Ishiguru has written more books. Is there another book with these same characters that follows the unanswered questions from this book? Do comment down below because I don't want to read the other one. I did have absolutely no idea what to expect when I picked this book up. I bought this because of BookTube and Bookstagram, I'll be honest. It was just all over the place. I don't tend to do that as much now. As you'll know if you've watched my channel throughout 2025, I've been trying to buy a lot less books. I have a massive TBR, link above to my TBR video. So I've been trying not to buy books. This was before I did that book ban, and one of the reasons I did do that book buying ban. But I had no idea what to expect. I went into it completely blind. Even though I have now read it, I feel like I have more questions about this book now I've read it than I had before I'd read it. Even though it is slow paced, it was really easy to read, partly because it definitely does use simple prose, but that kind of makes it more impactful, which I did enjoy. And it was really good at showing the disorientation of arguments. So there are quite a lot of arguments throughout this book, and because you're watching those arguments from Klara's point of view, it does show just how disorienting arguments are, how difficult they are to navigate. So that was really good. But I just didn't enjoy my time reading this book. I feel bad saying that because it is a Nobel Prize in Literature winner and I didn't enjoy it. So enjoyment, I mean, I gave it 6 out of 10 for enjoyment, so it was easy to read, but I didn't enjoy it enough to rave about it or want to read more by this author. Writing style, I gave a 6. Plot, 5. World building, 5. But the story, the plot and the world building never fully made sense to me. It was sort of like we were in a futuristic, semi-dystopian way, but not fully dystopian, but in a way we were. The super rich got implanted with something which could often put your health at jeopardy, but was the only way to make you gifted to go into university. Again, I have questions from this book because it never fully answers. What does this thing do to you that makes you gifted to go to university? Why would Rick struggle to go because he wasn't gifted with this manufactured, man-made thing, whatever it is? It talks about pollution in this. I don't know. Characterization, I gave an 8. Representation, 5. And originality, 10. Most of the characters you're going to meet are the super wealthy, these gifted people. I mean, even socializing, like instead of having friends, these social elites, gifted people, everything's so calculated and like using each other. And I don't know, it's odd. I gave it 2.5 stars out of 5. I know I may be hated, and honestly, it was just over my head. I think I understood that it was trying to explore humanity and pollution and so many things, but it wasn't giving enough to the story for me to discuss this. Now, I know it's literature, so obviously there's a lot less plot and story in literature reads, but I just didn't enjoy it. I'm sorry. And that's it for this book review. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you like to see as soon as I upload, click that little bell down below. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook and Tumblr. I post your bookish pictures as well as more tips and unboxings on there. Please forgive me if you adored this book. This is just my opinion. I know I'm very outnumbered on this. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye.